Yo, welcome back to Era History Untold. We're beating the game today. We're on the final acts, well, ish. We're about to get out of the Enlightenment and into the Machine Age. We are cruise controlling our way into victory today. We have just recently changed over to a democracy, slightly reducing our city cap limit, but giving us a ton of boosts to prosperity and production across the board, which I'm really hoping fixes up a lot of our issues. It does seem to have immediately given us a massive wealth jump. We also get better taxes now too, so that has a lot to do with it. We're fighting China down here in the South Seas, who are trying to make their way up through Georgia. They've already taken 2 cities from them. They're succeeding pretty well in it. And our cities continue to grow. What does this guy want? Eyeglasses, for sure. I don't need to think about it. You're my capital. You definitely get the most bonuses. Bonus research for each science improvement and production per turn for each industry improvement. 5.3 production. Yeah, that's pretty good. You recently just built, I think, this monastery here. Do I want you making paper? Beer or dried food? That's a great set of questions. I absolutely have enough stuff here to make beer. Beer. Paper would be like timber. That's about it. And dried food. What would you have? I'm actually building a couple new bakeries. You got the salt. And I could definitely put that timber in. So that would be like 1 for 6 dried food. I probably could put bread in there as well. So either a dried food every 3 turns, beer every 3 turns. As an amenity, this gives food and happiness. It's, honestly, it's like beer is not that good. Don't quote me on that. Just comparatively to everything else we can make here, I think paper is still the most valuable for us. Because we can make a lot of books. And those books are good for making stuff. Eyeglasses, get your maple eyeglasses. See everything through a syrupy lens. Great. And what else are we building in here now? Topiary Park. No. Can you build? I'm trying to get enough stained glass for this Grand Palace. We actually have like 3 stained glass. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Part of me wants to just send out a ton of missionaries. Problem is they also cost food to upkeep. What about upgrades? Upgrade that dwelling. Upgrade that inn to a poob. Upgrade this blacksmith to a forge. Oh, these are all things I should have done a bit ago. You want a research agreement. I'll take it. Thanks, Copernicus. Rex, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Those cars so tiny compared to the people. Do we even have cars in the city? Everybody just seems to walk. I mean, technically... Oh, no, you're right. There are little tiny cars in here. Which is funny because we're not making cars. Yet. Ever. This guy was starting to build farms up here because I was just like worried about the state of food. And I also wanted to build a grocer for him. So we'll start with him. St. John's recently built all of those docks. And A windmill. What about improvements here? I got workshops that need upgrades. I got gathering halls that need upgrades. The gathering halls can actually upgrade based off of the books, so they're probably the most important thing for me to be upgrading here. Because they give huge bonuses when you upgrade those.
Foreign scientists approach you with a request. They've heard you possess technologies that can help unveil concealed writings, and their scholars have a specific scroll they'd like you to investigate.
-5 research, but plus 10 in knowledge?
Crushed stone and ash on an ancient tome.
I actually gained 2 knowledge per turn. I went from 285 to 287. So that worked out. You are going to bake me more bread. Using all this extra grain and salt we have. Grain and salt. And I needed to find like the other special economic zones that we've set up to make more of these bakeries. Here. I really should just be able to quickly scan through all my cities. You have that bakery. You actually don't have an economic zone. You have a bakery. You're starting your economic zone. So we'll slap a bakery in there as well. You don't have an economic zone. You do. You get a bakery. That's, yeah. Okay. That'll improve things a little bit. Imports got here first. There goes the automotive industry. Boom. Shut down. Tariffs on everything. No. Enemy detected. Huh? I don't see the Chinese over here. Industrial tools. Lamp posts. Lithic tools and steel. I guess nobody's making lithic tools anymore. We've recently just got rid of our other metal crafter. I think I can probably turn wheels off at this point. You know what? Let's use this quality of life menu they gave us. Crafting guild. Artisanship. I wish instead of being alphabetical, this was like by category. Because I can't even remember the name of like workshop. All right, so put you back on metal tools. I guess I technically have that iron, so we might as well use it. But like also, you should be upgraded. You should get upgraded. And you should get upgraded. I don't know where this weaver is, but you should also be upgraded. All of these trading posts should get upgraded. I think this is where I am right now. We have a stockpile of like 1,000 materials and 1,000 timber. Just slow everything down. These inns are a little bit trickier. So, how come this one can't be upgraded? These two are like full crafting. You're not producing enough to get anything else. Fish farms, not ready. All of those fermenting pits are ready to upgrade. These guys should be upgraded. These guys should be upgraded. This is crazy that that's where we're putting fuel. You know what? I don't want it there either. There's definitely like better workshops we can put that in. All of these dwellings should be upgraded. Well, this is certainly going to automate my building queue for a while. As I stubbornly deal with this. Let's put the fuel on these industrial tools, seeing as that's kind of like the most important thing we could be building. I'm out of money. All my blacksmiths also need to get upgraded. Oh, I was upgrading the other inn. You might be, it might already be set to upgrade. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, this will be a few turns of just passing the turn. So, my boats are losing here. How are these boats losing? First off, why does this settler have 33 strength? Like, that's obviously incorrect. I don't understand how I have like 4 galleons and they're losing to transport ships. Chinese settlers with AKs. Settling on enemy cities. Well, I can't really say we've been doing a lot of that. These firms. I guess let's put a windmill up here. We have another monastery. And I'm also going to put on paper. This is going to kill all my lumber, but we should be making a crazy amount of books now. Crazy amount of paper now. In fact, there's a couple of like libraries we should have better crafting setups for. Settled on enemy cities that no longer exist, so they can't be enemy cities. You can get paper. Newspaper, encyclopedia, computers. Be the first to build the Lotus Temple. All right, so we've won this fight. Let's get up there and join in the other battle. He is sending in another ship, and I got a feeling that I'm going to get caught right here trying to fight him. God, unfriggin' believable. For some reason, he's going to beat me in 4 turns, even though I have so much higher strength than him. I don't want to lose all those ships, so... Crafting accelerators, crafting accelerators. Used to craft. Yeah, okay, bread is the only thing here that has like a used to craft stat. So I'm just going to keep making bread in all those places. Because we can make it into other things. We should be way past bread in the old tech tree there. Well, actually, can I... Here's a question. Can I do that? That'll win me that fight. I don't have to engage. I can just shoot them. I am going to be out of grain, but I think with all this bread, I can actually... I think there's some stuff using grain that can use bread instead. Probably not you. But, like... Syrups, maybe? Switch that to food. Switch that to food. Something is consuming this. Oh, I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. Genghis? Who's Genghis? It was always just Canada here. Sure, we have a lot of Mongolian named cities, but that's just because we really appreciate the culture. All right, now we're going to go to industrialization. Get us access to fuel, explosives, mechanized parts, trousers, factories, refineries, foundries, cement plants, the swarm tactic, fuel, oil, coal, rubber, natural gas, and a billion other things. The London Eye has been made, and England has started building the Taj Mahal. Well, at least they're not working on the Grand Palace yet. In 3 more turns, I should have enough to build the Grand Palace. But I feel like something is going wrong because this says I'm making windows. I am making the wrong goddamn type of window. I need to be making stained glass windows. And I don't know how. So we're going back to mosaic tiles, I guess. I just built 8 windows for nothing. I mean, I'm sure maybe they'll have a point eventually, but... How did I lose this? Another battalion showed up. I cannot believe this, dudes. How do transports beat ships? The whole point of ships is to stop transports. Modern infantry, armor, and artillery. Gunpowder, gun cavalry, artillery. Heavy gunships. Blah, 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 blah. Make you make lampposts. One lamppost every 5 turns. I guess that's as good as we're going to get. Multicultural Canada through force of arms. Someone who lived in a place using the Native American names for places still. Yeah, yeah. Played Shogun 2, Namban trade ships, wreck military trips. Better transports, greater than a weak navy. I just can't believe that. Maybe they're willing to peace out. They have extreme war weariness. The Taj Mahal has been built. This guy's got a lot of C squares. I think we need to get him a dry dock. Yeah, I think big time he needs a dry dock. Try to build one up there. You could probably build more of those guys and then... Ah, this town is so weird. I guess I'll try to build more of those garments. And I'll attempt to heal. Peace declined. Wu Zaitan wants to end the current war. Peace declined. Quad frick? Oh man, this is just like another one of the things about like the diplomacy and the AI in this game just making absolutely zero sense. Your advisors are really bad at their job. Yeah, true dat. So this guy's got a bunch of samurai. He just moved 2 squares. I'm gonna try to move in on him. Sucks because he's basically just landing all of his guys here and I can't really do anything about it. Oh, I didn't know I could shoot them inland like that. That's kind of nice. If I move these troops out, they're probably going to get killed. You know what? Stay here and heal another turn. We'll queue up a handful more of these. Might as well start doing that in our capital. $70, $60, $60. Yeah, I was a bit worried about that. So I'm going to stop those guys from coming in. And these guys are fighting. That's my other shield wall. This is a wedge. honestly, I think what I need to do is I need to upgrade all these musketmen and then reform. Because I don't think they work in their current formations very well either. Like if this guy's just a wedge formation, it's not really going to do much against... Well, I mean, they're also in wedge formations and square formations, but... we'll get caught out in weird ways here. I think you probably want to make more of these dried foods. Which you're going to make out of bread and salt. And timber. That kills my timber production. But watch as I pull one guy off of that timber mill and put this guy onto this windmill. Ding! These all gain +4 timber. Now my timber production is back in the positive. You have built... Shoot, man, what the heck was this guy building? This town's also running low on amenities. It looks like I don't need mining picks anymore. I want to say that this guy was building hourglasses, but maybe not the case. Maybe let's put him on indoor stoves. Yeah, we have a lot of those metal ingots still. And stoves are kind of nice. 1 bonus food fertility in all regions in the city, +15 happiness, health, +15 happiness. You can make infinite stoves. These sandals got to swap out for... Dump, 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 dump. Slippies. And I guess if these garments are being over depleted. Oh man, why don't we just put stoves in here? That'll give me the health I need. Everything else is looking pretty good in this city. Everyone's barefoot and naked. This probably means I've run out of sandals in other locations as well. This city has got loads of space for stuff. They do a lot of farming up here, so I'll give them a stove. I mean, we could go scrolls. We do make like an infinite amount of them. I'll probably make less festivals and start making the things that give me security. Oh, I should be putting brewed coffee in my capital is what I should be doing. Oh, absolutely. They already have maxed out knowledge, so that literally didn't hurt me at all. That just gives me a ton of extra production here. 10%? Like 7, I guess? Chris Lauren, how we doing? Canada picked the nudist trait for the room role play. Listen, they, you know, they just, don't judge them too hard. Put some coffee in there as well, and I'm also going to put coffee in there. We have enough that we just need to make another coffee house. You have so many upgrades you're doing. Trying to remember what it scales off of. Industry, government, and culture. Dun dun dun. Do, do, do. I think. I think Agenia is where we're going to build it. No, sorry, Lambton is where we're going to build it. I'm going to put it here in Halton. It's not great, but like... I love how it spaces out and then slowly comes back together. A leg. +8 mood. I'm clothed. Not enough tables. We're not making any tables in this entire place. See, like, how come he got to land? Like, why didn't my boat intercept that? Is something I don't actually understand. Now I just gotta hope that all my guys can get down there quick enough. I should be able to shoot them, at least from the shore with my boats. But he's also got some pretty big looking armies there. They've come back out. My coffee! Can't believe that. How rude. I mean, these are all cavalry? Where did they go? Where did they go? I don't understand. Where did that cavalry just go? You know, I'm not really going to complain too much, but because they were a major threat. But I'm confused by it. John Hopkins has been built somewhere else, so before we've even been able to research it, we have failed that quest. You know what? Maybe I will give Fair up to this lower city, because we have a lot of territory up here. I'm gonna take this 5 slot and we're gonna do a bunch of logging. I'll have this guy make extra silicates. I'm not using these right now, but I could be using them to make glass. Like, we might as well just do it evenly across all of them here, if that's the case. China wants a peace treaty. I'll accept. Oh my god, okay. 20 turns to do this flotilla upgrade. And then I'm going to reform like all of my armies pretty much. What's good is if I move around some experts, I should be able to do something like pump St. John's up to 100 plinth security. Yay! We can make so much more stuff. Future tech. Submarines and naval bases. Dreadnoughts, tanks, tractors. Oil wells, police stations, vehicle factories, cars. That all seems kind of valuable. Synthetic fertilizer also seems pretty good. Aviation would be nice to have fighters. Photography for culture would be good. Assembly lines, not so much. We could become communists. Refrigerators, Gatling gunners, the Volkingen Iron Works. 5% production in all cities. Cost 500 iron. Electricity gives you power, which is really important. Radio. Encyclopedia. John Hopkins Hospital, which just got built. Indoor toilets. No way. What do we need to like build tractors? Internal combustion engines. Fuel. Steel. Where is precision engineering? Did we get that? It has a check mark next to it. Crafted at the forge in the foundry. Oh. We did get steel. We should probably make that somewhere. Well, they definitely lost a lot more troops than us in that war. Let's go for the internal combustion engine to start. This grocer can only make one thing, and it's dried food. I actually have a surplus of 150 food right now, so I might as well have him on that. We are burning through that salt. Why would you not automatically upgrade the barrels? I have 6 industrial tools. I guess this automation thing only works up to a point. All those blacksmiths need to become forges. I guess fuel cells and then fuel underneath them. So I'm realizing it's actually fine for us to do fuel or power. I guess probably power over fuel. Did I get oil on the map? Ooh, I don't know. That's a great question. We should look for that. Give me a sec. Just clearly need to like set these up because otherwise they're not gonna work properly, I guess. For example, all these guys are using ceramic pots instead of barrels. So once again, it seems like the developers have introduced a mechanic and then really just half-assed it. Yeah, like all these crafting guilds should also be upgrading to those tools. City health, city production. Metal pots, stoves, candles, decorative paintings, and soap. Okay. Fertilizer, power, fuel, tractors. Those ones seem to be filling up. Same deal here. Barrels are just like not implemented properly. I guess plastic containers would go up top here. 150%, yeah. Gear, rope, power. Put those in first. 3 knowledge, 3 health, 3 happiness. Plastic container is what I would prefer there. 5 research a turn. Computer, but if you don't have a computer, put it in a book. Okay. This one did properly apply a barrel. All those irrigated farms are working properly. These guys seem to all be working properly. Gears and metal tools. The mines can only use metal tools, gears, mining picks, and explosives. We're still waiting on explosives. The mint needs industrial tools. Wine, liquor, beer. Oh, interesting. So when the inn upgrades, it can actually equip wine and beer. Through city health, through city knowledge. Okay with that. The sawmills, metal tools, and gears. Schools are all good. Sewing machines and looms. Also more sewing machines. Comes with industrialization, which I guess we just unlocked. Crafted at factories. I would love to have these guys making more leather. I see these windmills should all be barrels. Okay, it mostly just seems like the barrel upgrade is broken. So maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Be funny setting this up and it doesn't set up correctly on which city and you end up doing more micro in the end. That'd be hilarious. I guess these guys on the shield wall, we're going to keep these guys as is. Just because they're... I don't really have any upgrades right now for the berserkers. Belgium cut something out of this deal. Might have been fuel. I'm importing iron from you. Weird. Okay. I guess. These mandrakes I'm not using, but I should be. Here. Make herbal medicine, which I could make actual medicine with, but you again should have barrels. I'm going to see if when I pass the next turn, does it upgrade and put barrels in this chemist. Because I didn't manually do it. Sick. Good mechanic, dudes. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I love that you can put trade goods into fertilizer. Yeah, so something's busted with barrels, obviously. You can fortify that little city. Wait. Is that up here? Oh, you're also a shield wall. Yeah, all right, whatever. Maybe. No, maybe I should pull these guys out as well.
You have entered a golden age.
Oh, that's so nice. A golden age just for me. $75.85. Siege defense. Does this city not have a barracks? Oh my god, it doesn't. Let's just build one here in Mississauga. And that'll give this place 100 security, which means I can redeploy all of my troops. And I just gotta hope I don't screw myself doing this. Which pretty much guarantees I'm gonna screw myself doing this. Oh yeah, new resources. You were asking, did we get any oil? Yeah, we have natural gas, it looks like. Natural gas. Some natural gas up there as well. Crude oil. 2 crude oil up here. Fortunately, one is on top of my water well. Bit hard to see if any others spawned in there. I think it's just those 2 crude oils there. But obviously that's a pretty big deal for us. So you're going to get rid of that. You're going to get rid of that. You're going to build a armory here instead. And we'll start digging that out ASAP. What does this need? Build an oil well improvement. I don't think we have that. You built another bakery, which means you're going to make more bread. Really burning through all this salt, but at the same time, I think it's okay. We have like 350 in reserve. And as we unlock like better tools, the amount we are harvesting here should go up. This game could be so obtuse, you could be both right and wrong at the same time. Yep. Ain't wrong about that.
As the seasons shift to the time of harvest, your people give thanks for another year of plenty. Your advisors look to you to guide them as they...
I'm gonna kill 500 food for plus 10 security. This here windmill. And go about also making more paper. That's the last of my timber, it looks like. But more importantly is that this there windmill is going to get an expert plugged into it. So I think most of my guys should be reformed here now. I'm going to speed this up. You generated another claim. See, aluminum allows me to build aviation stuff, which I kind of want to push towards. So maybe I'll just build that guy for now. You've also got another expert up here. I think I'll put on this guy who's making machine tools. That seems like a good idea. Gonna bomb England, we're gonna need planes. Not wrong. When you're right, and you are right. Wow, this is only 2 slots here. Wow, it's so confusing because it looks so big. I don't have a library or a school in this place. Did we build that second coffee house? I think we did down south. You can only have 1 concert hall in your entire nation. It's probably not going to be here. All right, we're going to build the library school. You guys are going to reform. You guys are going to reform. How come you're at... It says 100 security here, but here it says 95. So what's the actual answer? Artillery, gun, cavalry, default... Modern infantry artillery. Like if I put like those berserkers in, it won't work. A brigade, default, picket. An echelon will work with our bowmen. 3 bowmen to 2 berserkers. Our bowmen or our musketmen. A legion we could do. The phalanx here is just like 4 berserkers. Yeah, I guess we don't have modern infantry. Like musketmen don't count for that. All right, so echelon formation then. Berserker, musketman, 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 berserker. They don't count. Bowman, bowman. Oh man, they only count for bowman. Well, that's not good for me then. He says, I can't even make musketmen. Do I not have gunpowder right now? No, I have a ton of gunpowder. I've lost the ability to make musketmen. I've also lost the ability to make berserkers. I can now only make swordsmen and bowmen. Okay. I'm soon going to be able to make tanks. Flamethrowers. Gatling gunners. Do I have to research these? Upgrades. Archers upgrade from them. Okay, I could upgrade my berserkers into flamethrowers. If I took interchangeable parts. Tanks are especially vulnerable to anti-cav and helicopter units. Fortunately, I don't have any cavalry. Suffering from science. Did I miss a joke in the stream title, or are you out of good games to play? No, I just wanted to beat this. Sometimes I play a game and I say I have to get to the end of it so that I can be mad at it. So I can be fully informed in how mad I am. And this is one of those games right now. Yeah, like I lost. Why can I make bowmen and swordsmen, but I can't make longbowmen and berserkers? Like, why am I maintaining the beginning era troops and losing only the middle era? This game is so cooked. It is unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna make a fuel refinery down here, I think, maybe. We'll see how that goes. Do you scale off anything? Nah, not really. What else did I learn how to make? Foundries, no. Forge. Forge, foundry, blacksmith, forge, foundry. Okay, so that's just the better version of that. This game is so funny. Oh, I built one extra frigate that we didn't need. We're going to deploy this to St. John's. Iqaluit. Sorry, Shaker. You're Canadian, so the flying V is mandatory as the best hockey formation ever devised, right? I don't know if it's the best hockey formation, but it is very similar to our national animal, the Canada Goose. So, why it's supposed to be a good ice hockey play? That I can't answer that. I don't know when you would use that in ice hockey. I guess if you're really trying to like punch through, you'd have to do some pretty crazy play. Statue of Liberty has been built elsewhere. Your armada is mustering. You have no land forces whatsoever. What's kind of surprising is I think I actually just don't have the tech for it. But like, shouldn't there just be something that's just a line of musketmen? You think I would, when I unlocked musketmen, that's what I would have gotten. So I could do that and get like 10% on those musketmen. Just realizing these catapults counts as a ranged unit, not a siege unit. Oh, I guess they're different than artillery, though. Yeah, I can form a picket line of musketmen. I just don't know if that's... I think I'm just going to wait. I'm about to unlock Blitz, which is all armor. And I'm also about to unlock armor, so maybe I can just keep those guys in reserve and bank the cash for now, and at least until we get to war. Mighty Ducks movie used it as a gimmick plot device. That's right. You're right. You're right. They did too, didn't they? Right to hide in the fridge and a nuclear bomb goes off in the hill near your house. Yeah, as long as it's like a lead-lined fridge, you'll Indiana Jones that, no problem. I can make muskets now? No. Could I make muskets here? No. Don't have a strong opinion of Arrow, but just listening to you, it sounds like an economic sim rather than a grand strategy game. Well, here's the funny thing about it. It is an economic sim, but if you play it as an economic sim, you lose. If you play it as anything but a war sim, you lose. And unfortunately, that's just the kind of way it's set up. Does it make any damn sense? Nope. But it do happen to be the case. Gonna build a bunch of sawmills up here. Standings are available. You are hella last place. Unless you play on super lower difficulties. Like if you play on a much lower difficulty, you can economic it. Or at least you used to be able to. I don't know if you can anymore, but... Play as a war sim, but can only make swordsmen and bowmen in the industrial age. I'm not saying it's a perfect war sim. I think you're going to probably need to be in that salt production because we're really hurting on salt. You're going to start making my second cup of coffee. Whoa, I'm making 5 coffee beans? So what happened to our glass production that suddenly... I'm making all sorts of glass. Oh, I put a windmill down here, didn't I? No. I put industrial tools on all of these. No. I put silicates in them. Yes. Well, probably don't put glass on there. Glass is sort of valuable to me right now. So, but I can build a bunch more of these coffee houses, which is nice. I'm glad to see that. I thought I could only support 2 of those, and it turns out I can support 5 of them. Rex, take it easy, dude. Played in an open beta. I wasn't entirely impressed. It ran terribly. Yeah, they were meant to improve a bunch of the way things run in this patch as well. And maybe they have. It's still pretty, like, chugging. She's still chugging a lot right now, though. I need steel and machined parts. Okay. You're a blacksmith. You're a blacksmith. Where the hell is that forge? Is this the only forge I have? I guess so. Pull metal ingots, pull materials. Leave the coin. That's 3 steel a turn. 3.3, so it's pretty good. We better pick up interchangeable parts in case we get attacked, because right now we are not allowed to own an army.
Francis Spence, American and one of the first computer programmers in history.
Every single masterwork has been done. Flotilla, armada. My ships are made. Let's send them to get some experience killing this stuff up here. Here's the thing as well. I don't know if you lose experience when your ships get, like, recalled. You can make books. I like that you can recall forces now. Don't get me wrong. And I like that you can upgrade forces now. Those were 2 improvements that they dramatically needed to do. But I wish you could also upgrade them when they are recalled, that you didn't have to, like, just sit them in the field for a million turns vulnerable. Okay, so you have built a fuel refinery. Excellent. Let's give you industrial tools. I am making a ton of gas and oil already. I make 3.5 fuel a turn. That's huge. -5 city health. That's also pretty huge. Police station, 25 security. Oh. Can house an expert to provide more security. Okay, yeah. I've never built a print shop because I've never had steel. Oh my God. Let's get with that then. Lambton. I'm going to give you Longoy. The dock is still being worked on. This place does not need to be making picks. I could take an extra 10 prosperity here. How is this city right now? It's at 100 prosperity, so it probably doesn't need that. If I take that out of there, how is it now? 93. Okay. So let's leave one guy in there. And choop, 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 choo. We'll put one guy in that chemist to give us a bit of extra health. And these guys can start drinking coffee. So this dude is making picks. He doesn't need to. He can start making machined parts. Yeah, you might as well use one of those steels. You might as well use those metal tools if it speeds things up. And use the rest of those heavy metals. I mean, we're going to need a lot of machine parts, so why not? Why the heck not? District is the flammable district. Paper and fuel, baby. How am I enjoying 1.4? It still needs a ton of work. It's better, but it's still not there. They keep making good changes, and they keep ignoring other parts of the game. Which I get, like, you know, dev time is limited. I think I just have, like, such good expectations for this game, and I'm like, these guys have Microsoft money. They should be throwing all of that Microsoft bucks at the game and making it good. Especially after Civ 7 tanked. Like, with Civ 7 tanking so hard, this could be an absolute pop-off of a game. And it should be an absolute pop-off of a game. But until they figure out their difficulty curve, until they figure out the entire ranking prestige system, which is just like absolute trash nonsense right now, until they fix the wanky combat calculations in regards to like how much things fluctuate all the time, the AI is probably the worst thing. Between the forward settling, I mean, there's the forward settling, there's the 100% closest friend but refuses to open borders or do any kind of trade with you sort of stuff. Like, all that stuff is infuriating. The way the score works on high difficulties is an absolute disaster. Oh, look at this. Georgia's getting killed by Mexico, who hates my guts. And I have no army. Should I? Maybe. Make some guys. Let's... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a brigade of 5 musketmen in St. John's. And then I'm gonna have to start making berserker what would these guys get in these slots? Does it say? 10% strength if they're gunpowder. I guess just phalanx formations of berserkers. And I will form them in Ottawa. It's not quite as good, but also these guys just aren't quite as good, so. Start getting some troops out. Seems like a huge amount of micro still. Yeah, it's better, but Civ tanked. Enjoy Civ a lot, but I feel alone. I also, like, don't get me wrong, like, I played 4-5 rounds of Civ. I beat Civ on every difficulty, on every path, like the 4 different paths on Deity. But then I was like, okay, this game needs a lot more time to cook, so Kind of not doing well numbers wise. No, it's reviewed like quite poorly, so it doesn't have the feeling like when you finish the game of Civ 6 and you're like, or Civ 5 or Civ 4, when you're like, oh, I can't wait to play another round. Instead, you're kind of like, oh, okay. My big issue with Civ 7 is it's just like, it's not hard. And like Civ 6 Deity was still hard. It was still complicated. Newspapers and maps. Codexes. And books. What do maps do? +5 strength to forces within the region. Oh, but that's it. Yeah, that's not really valuable. All right, we're just going to start printing newspapers here then. And that there, print and press. You're out of coffee, but that should come back pretty quick. Tanks. Explosives. And cars. Cars are created at vehicle factories. Explosives are created at armory, chemists, and pharmacies. Vehicle factory requires an internal combustion engine, which is created at the factory. Which I need steel to make. Okay. We're getting there. I'm gonna build a concert hall down here. Civ 7 has a better chance of bouncing back for no other reason than it is Civ. Yeah, Civ players will always give it one more chance because of the history they have with the franchise. Civ likes, on the other hand, they don't have that luxury. No. I mean, these guys dropped the 1.4 patch. I don't think I've seen anybody else stream it. Like, not a single person. Now, that's not to say, like, nobody will stream it in the coming days or weeks or whatever, but... just in comparison to, like, Civ 7 gets an update and it's got a crowd. What were you making? You made a dry dock. Well, the armories can make explosives. So why don't we build one of them up here? Currently, all my armories are making gunpowder, which I don't know that I need so much anymore. Ah. I see the problem. I need the gunpowder to make explosives. That's okay. We're making an armory up here and up here right now, so we have 88 gunpowder. So that'll have explosives coming in. Now I need to make more steel so I can get a vehicle factory online so I can make cars so I can make tanks. Do I have that correct? Internal combustion engine. Oh, right. I need to make steel so I can make a factory so I can make tanks. This guy's making baskets, but actually he has to keep making baskets. What about gears? Just make clocks and sewing machines. Where do you make sewing machines? At factories. All right, we're going to upgrade him. He's going to make sewing machines. Well, he's going to make an internal combustion engine so I can make that factory. And then he's going to make sewing machines so I can upgrade all my tailors. who... You guys can make trousers. Tailors. How many tailors do I have? 8. Wow, that's a lot. You guys desperately need sewing machines. You're making rope, but I have 198 in storage. Yeah, we can switch you off a rope. I'm gonna put you on trousers. Make me some pants, sir. What do these do? 10 city health. That's not that good. But I'll be damned if my people aren't going to wear pants. Just looked, you are the only person streaming error. Yeah. I mean, I always look for someone to raid at the end of stream. And, you know, typically I always look in the category first. So, shocking to me this game stays under the radar. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is I think the vision for this game is really good. The potential for this game is really good. The reason I'm so annoyed is because I see what they're trying to do with this game, and I'm upset because it's not there. Like that's the thing. Like you know, I'm not trying to like dunk on the devs for their work. But I am just trying to say like it's not where clearly they want it to be as well. And I don't know that ever would have gotten there until they released it to the public, because so many things have changed really dramatically. And like one of my big issues is the AI is really bad right now, but the AI is also probably really bad because they keep changing the way that all the buildings work. It used to be that they didn't really have good synergies off of each other, and then they were like, you know, every ceramic shop that you build adds 10% to all other ceramic shops in the zone. And so all you did was stack all of your buildings in like one location based on how many you got. But now it's like, oh, actually mines give a 5% production to ceramic shops, and ceramic shops don't have any bonuses on them. Yeah, there's so many little things like this, like the chemists boost off of science and government buildings. These are all good changes. These are all really, really good changes. But when you're still trying to figure out like how your production chains work, it's probably very, very difficult to balance the AI around that, because those are sweeping changes that's going to like modify how the AI calculate, or should modify how the AI calculates what to build and where. And so unfortunately, like all of the difficulty in this game, it's all front loaded. It's basically the computer gets a ton of bonuses right off the start, and then you have to spend the rest of the game trying to catch back up to them. And this patch was meant to make it so that the end game stuff, they did better. And I will say they are doing better, because in any other game, I would not be in last place. Like if I played this on 1.3, I'd probably be way higher up. We're only playing on, what, Grand Duke? Grand Duke? When we played on Duke, we did an economic run on Duke and absolutely smashed it. But I think that one of the biggest issues is like all of those difficulty changes only really affect like the lower difficulties, because the higher difficulties still don't make sense. Because with the whole cutoff culling mechanic, it's like if you have all of the difficulty bonuses at the front, you cannot get out of the forgettable phase. You can, but only if you play military and only if you specifically capture cities. And I know this because of the Thunderdome challenge that we did. Like we ran the Thunderdome so many times, which is every single, it's maximum nations on one world on a single Pangea continent. And the only way you could get out was by taking other cities that the computer owned, because they were able to build faster than you. So the mechanics in terms of like where that balance is like, it's not there. And I think it's not there because they're still trying to figure out like quite how the production chains want to work. I like what they've done with the production chains, like the updates that they've made to all of these and these bonuses. They make a lot more sense now. They feel a lot more, they feel a lot better. There are still some things like the windmill getting that bonus on the expert it's so good that I feel like if you don't know to take a windmill, like you're tanking your run. You know, like there's certain stuff like that that's just like really powerful. I guess the docks are sort of the same thing, but I don't know. Arguably, should that not also be the case? I don't know if I'm like upset about this, because these are things that, like, well, yeah, obviously a windmill is going to be like a massive economic boon for an entire city. It's like it's a power source pre-power. So yeah, there's still some stuff that they got to cook. But yeah, it's a weird mixed situation right now. Does this all make sense? That was a bit of a rant. England has built the Air Force Academy. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Band-Aid solution is just give AI tons of stuff. Yeah, right? So, can I trade for any of the stuff I need? I am doing some trading. Trading is also like, man, that's one of my like biggest issues, is if you play on a high difficulty, people just don't trade with you. That's like one of the penalties, is the AI just won't trade. So even if you do a bunch of things to get the AI at like 100%, they like you, they won't trade with you, and they'll just like still go to war with you. China, we had China as like close friends, and they were like, we're gonna war deck you. And I was like, you don't have a city anywhere near me. And they were like, yeah, we're still gonna war deck you. That's how this is gonna go. Probably running out of paper here by quite a lot. Yep. But that's okay. All right. How about we upgrade this blacksmith? I clearly need a bunch more of these forges. I always remember this from our previous runs, where like there was suddenly a massive choke point where if you didn't have an incredible amount of steel production going, you absolutely got spanked in the modern era. And I'm hoping I'm hoping that we don't get hit too bad by that. Hey, these guys upgraded. And here is my phalanx. I guess I'll just keep you guys in Ottawa. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guess we'll just make more phalanxes in St. John's. Because they should get, in St. John's, they should get 50% force strength bonus. Yeah. Now, where that is calculated here. Ah, there we go. So their base value is 28. They get 7 for terrain and 14 from being recruited in St. John's. And these 3 guys, because they're in a brigade, 3 of these guys in the front. Oh, man, how do I look at this? Where was it? Here? These 3 guys in the front also get an extra 10%, 2.8. So they should be pretty strong. They're pretty strong. At least as long as they're in my territory. I hope it's still cooking and they don't give up on the game. I don't think they will. Stardock Entertainment took over development after it launched. And they're okay. They're good at support. They're good at long-term support. I sometimes worry that they miss their vision. Like, you know, I like Sins of the Solar Empire. I never really played Galactic Civ because it kind of looked a bit weird, and they really kind of leaned into AI there for a bit. So it put me off the game. But, you know, I will give it to them as a studio. They do tend to like stick around and keep supporting their games. It's also like an Xbox Studios game, so it's got all the Microsoft money, so they should, you know, it is their attempt at a Civ killer, so they should continue to put support into it for quite a while. I'd be very shocked if they abandoned this game. I think what's going to happen is Arrow's kind of going to suck until it hits 2.0. I think it's going to be like a year, maybe 2 years of updates probably a DLC or two. And then it'll be really good. But obviously that's like a long time to wait. But I don't know, man. Like Stellaris also kind of sucked when it first came out, and here we are 9 years later, and it's really good, but also still kind of sucks in weird ways. Sometimes we just got to be patient. Ooh, look, we have bouncy coins. Yay! We also have a military now. Oh, they take fuel to build. I can already advance to atomic theory. But I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to pick up electricity because that seems like maybe important technology. Can you build troops again? Yes! Gatling gunners! Flamethrowers and tanks. These guys actually can probably all turn into Gatling gunners. Yeah, they sure can. And then I'm probably going to have to reform them all again. Yeah, see, this is kind of like one of the funny things about this whole Reformation system is I'd love to just take these berserkers right now and say, upgrade into flamethrowers. Like from this menu. I don't really like that I have to deploy them and then upgrade them. The amount of micro is not what I signed up for, and it's holding me back from playing more. So they fixed a lot of the micro. And I will say, like, this patch does a really good job at just like when you build stuff like pots and rope and tools, it just automatically plugs it in now. The only thing that glitched out was barrels and I guess industrial tools. Probably because the devs only got through the first 2 eras and they were like, oh, this is unplayable. Let's go do something else. And so they didn't test out anything in the final act. That's my unnecessarily harsh theory. Wow, these guys get quite an upgrade in damage. 28 to 54. How many turns? 20 turns to upgrade them. I guess. Where's fuel? Fuel is a basic resource? 4.1. Okay, so we're making 4.1 fuel a turn. Haven't seen any uranium around yet. You guys created a factory that can make an internal combustion engine, so I can make cars. You're going to use steel. Aluminum. Can I start harvesting aluminum? Oh, I bet I can. Aluminum comes from copper? No. Heavy metal? Heavy metal. Locked under aviation. Only with aviation. So we better get aviation if we want access to aluminum. Also, the music's been crazy today, and all yesterday there was no music when we were playing. All right, man. I don't know. Make maybe a couple of these. But we have quite a bit of money coming in right now, so I will put some of that in there. Let's make 1 internal combustion engine just for the vehicle factory. I need like 12 sewing machines, I think. This is also like, I wish I could just click this number and then type in the amount that I want, because it's really, really laggy at this point. So like a little frustration. All you guys need steel. All you need is steel. I should probably build like another foundry here if that's the case. Here comes Moni. Hi, Mona. The city is still trying to get like all of its upgrades here too. Postpone some. You know what? Let's do that foundry before the blacksmith, because at least we can like feed into each other then. And I'm starting to wonder about you guys. Festivals, strategy codex. Okay, also needs an upgrade. We started upgrading a bunch of these city halls. Sure, I guess we'll put that in here. You'll receive 10 prestige per masterpiece slotted in this every turn. That's good to know. It's maybe a bit late, but... Treasury bonds, currency, sensors, 25 city prosperity, 25 city prosperity with 20% city production. Uses coins. Letters of credit and treasury bonds. Oh, okay. I see the problem here. So I need to make treasury bonds elsewhere. I don't know where I make letters of credit to. Crafted at the bank. Where the hell do I get a bank to? Unlocked with bank. High medieval era. Oh. Oh, I skipped that, so I can't make that technology. All right. Very good, sir. Did I upgrade this? Town center. Upgrade to city hall. Ah, yeah. Okay, so they need the city hall to make the next step. All right. Well, I guess if that's the case, maybe we don't make currency and instead we make letters of credit. Treasury bonds, sorry. Which also use coins. Paper, which I am wildly out of at the moment, and trade goods. We'll see how that goes. Only sadly able to make one V8 engine. Now, the police station is a government building. You guys scale off of government buildings. No, there's no more room in there for government buildings, though. I could put like another refinery in here. Obviously, the health of this city is not doing so good. Grocer adds plus 10 city health. Harvest production of all farms in the region. These guys are still used. I don't really want to like cut down on the farms there. Yeah, see, I just like didn't research stained glass, so I can never make this. Unless I can convince somebody to give me stained glass. which is possible, though not necessarily that likely. That forge can become a foundry. What do we think? Do you think these guys got stained glass? They're trading me fuel. I probably don't need that fuel anymore. They have movies. Good city happiness in those. Fresh produce, which is good city food and city health. They have cars. They also have power. They have refrigerators. Man, maybe I should just start asking them for fridges. Fridges or cars or something like that. I don't really think I need fuel from them anymore. I suppose it's still useful at the moment. All this other stuff we do. What about old Belgium? Oh, you got treasury bonds, but otherwise nothing else I need. All right, screw it. You guys out here, excuse me, need to heal. You guys in here need to upgrade it into flamethrowers. 20 turns. I mean, I guess if I'm making 4 fuel a turn, I can at least upgrade a phalanx per turn. Shouldn't you unlock all tech when you move to the next era? No. If you choose not to unlock tech, you are permanently locked out of it. Which I don't know how I feel about. I think the kind of annoying part about it is there are certain things that you can never get again. Coins used to actually be one of the worst ones. They put coins into a second one eventually, because originally coins could only be got if you picked currency in like a certain age, and it wasn't a very good thing except for coins. And then eventually they were like, oh, we have to put that somewhere else as well, because if you don't take that one technology, you screw your entire run. Kind of feel like we should also maybe settle more. I'll build a couple settlers up here. Old buddy Georgia's fallen in the south. Whether or not we can get our flamethrowers and tanks online in time is going to be a real question with old Mexico here. I'm playing as Pacifist Canada, though, because they put pacifism in this game as an option. So I still have to hope that it is something I can do. You know what? Just use those materials. And make me gunpowder. This city's now idle. So it's got a nice military district. Let's put a one of those foundries here as well. And then a barracks will be its other building. These guys down here, I think they just went on like a massive upgrading spree. Industry, government, and culture. Chemists also let me build explosives. I think I'm actually going to build a second chemist in here. And then you know what? I'm going to build the coffee house next to the coffee. I think it deserves it. Quite possibly, I'll put a police station in here just to scale off that coffee house. I could also do culture. An exhibition hall. Or a topiary park. Actually, topiary park might go in there. St. John's, you have enough for your vehicle factory, which actually means Ottawa has enough for the vehicle factory. So we'll rush that along and see what we can put together up here. This recently was... Damn, I have no idea what we built. Might have just been like an upgrade to something. Okay, this guy is still making plows, which we don't really need. Let's upgrade this forge so I can start producing some better materials. 8.9. Yeah, so I could probably swap... Or I guess we're getting some new forges online, so that'll eat up the rest of the metal into steel. Seems like a horrible design decision with the tech. Yeah, an odd decision. I sort of understand skipping tech to rush for a higher tech. That'll give the basic thing from previous tech, but as we see pitfalls, yep. I just kind of think that it's like... Maybe once you reach the end of an era, you should just unlock everything from that era. Like, once you're done Antiquities, you get all of this. Once you're done Enlightenment, you get all of this. The idea is it's meant to be that it's like, oh, there's certain stuff that you like didn't do. So you don't know, like you're meant to sort of specialize, but at the same time, they also, there's so much weird overlap between them. Like you often have to take like a military technology to get access to something else that you might need, even if you have no interest in military. And the game does certainly push you towards a lot of military things. Just do that with that. Let's we'll get these settlers up. Flammen, flammen, flammen. Musket, 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 bow, bow. Musketmen upgrade to Gatling gunners who are modern. And bow can also do that. Picket, echelon, flying V. No, okay, so I guess division. And then I'll upgrade all those guys to Gatling guns. You can make an internal combustion engine. You should be able to figure out a stained glass window. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of where I sit as well. So do you know how the internet was created? I mean, it was used as just like an inter-university communication tool for people to discuss Star Trek. Is that what you mean? Specialists available. Okay, can I have you? Now, I took that. That was kind of stupid of me. You're 3. You're 5. You're 4. Not really a lot up there. Maybe if I just build like one guy here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, you know what? If I just build one city right here. I don't think I need that second settler. And instead, I can get oil. Yeehaw! Yippee-ki-yay! Giddy up! We're digging for that old Texas tea. I mean, no, we're Canada. Oh, hey there, we're going for that good puck grease, you know. The internet was a military project, to be honest. No, I think DARPANet was originally military. Yeah, like the original backbone, which was DARPANet, would have been for military purposes. But then it kind of like became more popular as they were using it as like a messaging system to talk about Star Trek. Tubes glued together, and someone would crawl, passing messages while carrying nets. That sounds wrong, but I don't know enough to say otherwise, so I'll have to allow it. Damn, these dudes are getting absolutely trashed down here. Well, Georgia, if you had accepted my alliance, maybe I would have saved you. I mean, I wouldn't have saved you, but maybe we could pretend I would have saved you. Modern computer was a military project. Not sure about the internet. DARPANet, that was why Al Gore said he invented the internet. I don't know why Al Gore said he invented the internet, to be honest. I don't understand a lot of things that Al Gore is saying, but... Who are you guys? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Rat-tat-tat-tat. All right, we got a lot of upgrades happening. As long as nobody goes to war with us in the next, like, 13 turns, we should be fine. Wow, a new city. At this day and age, in this part of the country. I think a festival is probably what gives me the best growth. It's just like so many things I'm making. What build ye? Man, you can take up to like 10 spots up here. Should I just build a dock in the capital? That seems kind of crazy. It used to be that, like, I was so... After playing this run, I feel like, oh, you could just build whatever in the capital. It doesn't really matter anymore. It used to be that you could really only build residences, but they seem to have super changed that. I suppose you can also make festivals. That seemed even. Georgia's on my mind because you're going to get wiped out. Was a military project. Would not be the only one, so you need military projects to get ahead with science. Yeah, I mean, a lot of science comes from military funding. Today's stream has been a never-ending show of accents. It has. We've done a lot today. Technology. Happiness and health. Like, can I never build toilets if I skip this? The water treatment plants are really good because they give you 25 health. So as much as I would love to go straight into atomic theory and start building nuclear weapons, I also need aviation in order to get aluminum. It's literally the only way to get aluminum. So I have to pretty much research everything in this tier. Not quite everything, but an awful lot. What did you build? I think this guy was just upgrading things for a very long time. I kind of feel like I should make liquor. There's a lot of empty spots for liquor right now. Security in this city is really badly, so something like a barracks or a station de police. Yeah, let's set up some cops. Some kappas. You need like tech and security. Or possibly coffee. Candles? Yeah, I guess so. How about the tech? Our stagnant tech problems. So I did say you were going to take Manitoba because you're desperate for more places to build. You also have another expert. Put you on this vehicle factory. Cars and tractors. Ah, there's the problem. I need to make both cars and tractors. This has got to be like 20 tractors probably I need. Every farm needs a tractor. So I'm just going to set it to 12 and then we'll see how it goes. What else is happening here? I have two slot places that I was hoping to build wonders in. I have a large collection of flamethrowers being built. Internal combustion engines. Right, I guess we're making a bunch of sewing machines before we go back to that. That's cruising along at least. We'll have aluminum soon. I need the cars for tanks. Obviously, I'm worried about the war. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. All right, I'm going to make 6 cars before I make any of these tractors. I like that I think I have that kind of money when I clearly don't. 1 wealth per 10. So I could get 7 wealth. Wow, that's bad. You know, you actually could probably use another residence. So why don't we go with that? I still kind of want this shellfish so I can actually get a proper amount of precious gems. So maybe I will let this guy hold for a little bit longer. And could produce more coffee, could produce more spice. I don't know that you need either of those. Extra research per turn, plus 10 knowledge. Extra health. Extra security. What does the city need? Extra health. Now, that being said, I've got room to slot something in here. Also, I was going to have this guy start making medicine. We don't have a lot of herbal meds, but we have some. Oof. It uses industrial tools. Only 5 or 10. All right, well, 1 medicine every 3. For right now, why don't we just pop in the herbal meds? And I'm going to upgrade this guy as well. Add him to the list. An event. Wow, we haven't seen one of these in a long time. Your advisors come to you in a panic. Citizens are striking across the city because they received better wages and their shifts are shortened. How would you like to proceed? Agree to the worker demands. Minus 20 city production for 10 turns and minus 30 city prosperity for 10 turns. But then get 12 city production for 100 turns and happiness for 100 turns. Yeah, I'll take that. We can take a temporary penalty to boost back up afterwards. Nerd, how we doing, dude? What's this? This is Era History Untold. This is the Microsoft Civ. The Xbox Civ. With Anno Logistic Systems. Yeah, it's, they just put out a big 1.4 patch, which I've been kind of ranting on and off about the last couple of days. Because it's a good patch, but it's still like the game is not really there yet. In my opinion. It's a bit of a mess still. This city has claimed more space, but unfortunately I can't move into the ocean. So I guess that's it for you. We have a couple of experts around. I could put one in the tobacco. The tobacco. What's short in this city? Again, health. Ooh. Well, put it in the cemetery and you get 10 health out of it. So let's start with that. Bonus food in all regions of this city. This is not really a food-based city. We are making these lampposts. This town doesn't need security, though. We could put in slippers. We have just enough for them. That almost bumps us up to 100 happiness in that city. St. John's, great city. I love that my home city is kind of like better than our capital. Just got your PC back, so way better, dude. I'm so glad to hear. That sounds like such a nightmare with your PSU. I'm doing well. I'm like, you know, frustrated over game, but otherwise I'm doing okay. We're suffering a big old heat wave here. Up in Canada, it's like 46 degrees, so I'm just trapped inside. That's what's going on with me. I can't get out. We desperately need more of these foundries. I'm gonna build one more. Actually, that's the last foundry I am allowed to build. So let's swap this guy over to steel. He's going to pull a little bit more than he needs to right now, but I think that'll be okay. At least we have some steel coming in. Now we can get more fish up here. There's oil over there as well as more copper. I really want to move on this copper and manganese. So let's go that way first. My town's going to grow like pretty steadily with all the good items we can dump into it. Maybe not anno, more factory style logistics. Yeah. Yeah, it's got like a touch of anno in there. And I see these guys are level 3. Okay. So did these guys keep their experience? They're also level 3. Did any of these guys keep their experience? Level 1, level 1, level 1. So it does look like when you reform units, they lose all their XP. Or possibly when you upgrade them. Or possibly both. The jury is out. I don't know why I'm allowed to slot this in here, because I do not have those masterpieces. But sure. We created one music masterpiece. And I think that was it. We're not making eyeglasses anymore? Is that what that factory was? Oh, damn. Damn, damn, damn. All right, we better make medicine in this city. And then, I mean, this could be farming territory with a grocer. If I did that, I could pull off some of the food here and replace it with other things. But I ain't certain. That it even worked out well. Like, part of me just wants to fill it with more workshops. Crafting guilds. I don't know. Maybe we have enough of these. We are kind of bad on food. Bonus happiness for each farm improvement in the region. Plus we have that windmill. So the farms get boosted a ton. Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea. And then I can take off things like the cured meat and start putting on like newspapers. Bonus research per turn for each science improvement in the city. Bonuses to city security, prosperity, and knowledge. That's precisely what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to queue in a bunch of farms here. And that should solve a lot of the food problems. We do still need more workshops because, like, I'm not making those 6 sunglasses anymore. Saanich has all this, like, pretty good territory up here. I'd like to probably workshop this. I also have -4 gold. My, oh my. Probably because I raised all these armies. England literally started building the Eiffel Tower last turn, and now they've completed it this turn. Glad to see they haven't fixed that. You get an oil well. You get an oil well. You probably are gonna have to get like a medicine. Indoor stove wouldn't really do much up here. Trousers? Trousers. Trousers it is. Copernicus wants a research alignment agreement. So I'll give that to him. I guess we really need also like a bunch more refineries. Who has good health? Nobody really. Ying Chang kind of does. I'd like to be producing a lot of fuel, so we'll work on that. Weird civ bug where a city would build a wonder and then 1 to 2 turns later, another wonder in the same city, right? They do it constantly in this game. I suspect the computer just has like infinite gold, so it just rushes everything. Because like whenever you go into their cities, they are completely full. And the only reason they don't do well is because they can't figure out like how to scale properly. All right, we're eating more metal ingots. Do you have enough for this? Wow, we are producing so much copper that we're not using. I don't think you need any of those. That balance seems really... If copper adds 500, I don't feel like explosives should only add 500 at the exact same, you know, usage rate. That's kind of like some of the balance stuff that I feel like is really whack. If you've got your production chain up that you're able to put explosives back into your iron refineries, like... They should be adding like 5,000. Huge amount of difference. What's this city doing? Chopping wood? Could chop wood. Why not? This grocer's building dried food. What is he making it out of? Grain stores, it looks like. Salt? Yeah, those salt numbers went back up pretty fast. And we'll go with timber, since it's fairly renewable. Our economy still sucks. Defeat Skynet, we need to give them all the wealth in the world. Here's the thing, I don't know how the last like standing jump works. Like at what point does it go, does this age end? They're in the information age, so I guess once they just reach the end of the singularity age, they can just say, okay, GG, we win. There is a part of me that's sort of just hoping we can make a bunch of nuclear bombs and blow up the whole world. I don't know how else. I don't know how we're gonna plan it to win this otherwise. You can make more steel. Who is this? This is the guy way up north. keep grabbing up more materials here. Got plus 10 city knowledge. I also like those increased silicates because I think we're consuming more of those than we actually make. So why don't we just pop him in there? You've also got more stuff. I'll give you some slippies. They're still using sandals in this city as well. Okay. My boats up here are struggling to stay alive. All right, there's aluminum and planes, and China has declared war on us again. God damn. If I don't take synthetic fertilizer, I can't upgrade my farms to the final level, so I have to take this. No, all my troops are not upgraded yet. Anti-aircraft batteries, destroyers. Start making tanks, I guess. We're really close. We're only a couple turns off that being upgraded. We'll start by grabbing this manganese / aluminum. We're going to add in gourmet meals. These guys get another expert. Where do I want to put him? Probably on like these garments. So, I mean, China's not quite on my border. My ships can upgrade to dreadnoughts now, which are slower but have, it looks like, longer range. Yeah. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to send my guys down here. 143. You know what? I think I'm just going to park them here and then fortify that location. We have another foundry. It should also be able to focus on steel, and this will net 0 my metal ingots. So we have a lot of steel coming in now. 12. Let's empty these out. We have a lot of like natural gas and oil as well, so the heck, China. I know this has been like China's modus operandi most of the game. It's just been like randomly attacking us for no good reason. Suddenly I'm making a lot of glass, so let's take all those coffee shops and give them glass. Coffee shop, and coffee shop. That way I can ensure that there is coffee in all of my cities. Switch out that cured meat for coffee. Switch out also probably that cured meat. Or the scroll. Switch out the scroll. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Whoops. That city tier is increased. At least my front line is like about to be upgraded here. And there's walls on that city, so they shouldn't be interrupted. Now, China and Mexico probably have an agreement. Oh my god. My Gatling guns do 715 damage. That is, and I quote, a lot of damage. We're going to move right here, and then we should be able to shoot. Okay, it's 715 when they're on the fence. 40% force strength. Let's give these guys a Paragon. We only have 1,000,000 Paragons, so... we'll give them the 25% extra strength, dude. These guys have killed off all the pirates up north, so they can finally come down and heal. My flamethrowers are upgraded, or at least one unit of flamethrowers is upgraded. There's 1,000 strength here right now. Ironically, I need to get them out of this formation. Do I? Hold on. Security and town center is 100%. Okay. So I'm going to reform them. Because then I can bring them back in a division so that they get an extra 10% as modern infantry. Yeah, I think that's the best thing I could do. Ideally, what the hell counts as artillery? What does count as artillery? Can I make anything that counts as artillery? No, you count as modern infantry. Anti-air. You count as modern infantry and ranged. You count as horses and tanks. You count as modern and anti-cav. Siege. Rocketry? Rocketry counts. Okay. But what I could do is I could make divisions, and I could actually put the tanks in here. And then I don't need all my tanks going into like one army. Just conquer them, your pacifist berserkers. It's your calling. Surprised they left me alone for this long. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. Belgium, you are not giving me stuff. Can you give me shiny click-clack rocks? Yeah, I'll take shiny click-clack rocks. I don't need fuel from you anymore. I think we have enough fuel coming in. 17 turns for fine clothes. My God. Buh. Maybe Egypt has stuff I want. Egypt has coal. Egypt also has silk. I don't need fuel from you. I could just take that stuff. Everything else takes kind of like too long, so. Skynet's no threat. Probably just corner camp. Aimbots are scary, corner camping or not. Catapults don't count as artillery. They count as archers. Question mark? But that's how it goes. You're making farms. Can you make me tanks? Wait, these farms are so not important. Make me more tanks. Make me many, many tanks. There is a problem with my plan right now, which is that oh, the borders are glitched out. I have no money. That's the problem. Ottawa's using 53 gold. On the vehicle factory? On the vehicle factory? On the internal combustion engines, maybe? Oh, I can swap a bunch of these to start using steel instead of iron. We have to fix a few things here. We've unlocked aluminum. +1. +1. I'm gonna switch this guy over to aluminum output. Good grief. Yeah, I'm not making that much fuel yet. Who is using... Oh, I wish there was a better way to look through what people were crafting and what materials they were using in this craft. You can start making leather books. You're making hourglasses. Making lampposts. Crafting queue is empty. Just make some strategy codexes in here, I guess, so we have them. I feel like I'm losing my mind right now. Where was that money all going from? Ottawa. So it said Ottawa is using a lot of money. Is it just that it's losing 53 gold in upkeep? Yes. All right, well, these eyeglasses aren't doing anything right now, so let's put them to use somewhere. I could put a car in this city. Give it 15% extra production and prosperity. It tanks the health a little bit, but that's not too bad. That's probably my best. Or the lamppost. That just gives 10% city production. You know what? Let's put the lamppost in for now. It also puts the security up to 100, so I can deploy forces in here when I have forces to go. Which better be soon, because they're going to start landing on my shores soon. They are sending, I don't know what these are. Some sort of great bombard. We better hope our boats can tank them. We'll shoot them as they start coming in. My goodness. Please, good syrupy goodness, England, just reach the final era so we can end this. I mean, I do kind of want to get some nukes and just drop a bunch of nukes on China, but I'd be lying if I said that didn't interest me. What are these guys working on? Do they even know? Probably not. Air Force bases? This whole place just has like a bunch of little 2 slots. You know what? These scale off of government, so why don't I put a police station in here? It's funny, the grocer has all these things, but I didn't learn how to make any of them. Fresh produce, I think we'll get, which is just a slightly better version than the thing we're already making. Oh, I can make power plants now, too. Maybe that's what we should do. I don't care about the happiness of these upstairs cities. I suppose we could land the brigade here, and then they can shoot across at any boats coming in. So they can help support the naval blockade. And as long as China doesn't just march up through this city.
You have entered a golden age.
Oh boy, another golden age. Yeah. Now we'll slaughter them. You built a lumber yard up here. You're going to build probably another lumber yard up here. Sawmill. These dudes are healing. These guys can reform. All right, we got tanks 3 and 5. Pacifist nukes? Do they drop radioactive leaflets? They just tell you to have a really nice day. Awesome. They're just going to keep bombing that square. This is actually going to work really well. I have a bunch of Gatling guns on shore just killing everything that comes just to hit this blockade. China's going to bleed a ton of units trying to do that. Both my oil wells are up and running. I'll build an Air Force base up here. I really need to do a bunch of refineries so that all that oil and all that natural gas can be turned into fuel, because fuel is usable in pretty much every recipe. So for every like +1 you make, it pays off huge dividends. These guys just built something. We may never know. Part of me almost wants to build like a military building here. Oh, can I build a topiary here? Yes. Well, I've only been trying to build that forever, so. You want a research agreement? Comical, considering you have no buildings or economy. Literally, your entire country is just flattened by the Chinese army. Uh-oh, I see you. But do I see you too late? These guys are about to upgrade. They're upgrading into another force of Gatling guns. So that's good. We're going to have 2 of these massive Gatling gun armies. This guy finally takes his final location. And then I kind of want to say, let's just put you on the double aluminum here. We got 1 tank ready to go. Another tank coming in 2 turns. Ah. I see how. We're going to shoot them. You guys are... You can't reach them, so you can just fortify. I don't know if fortifying means like they do more damage on their next shot as well, because of how that scales. Canadian nukes don't go boom, they go sorry, eh? Sorry. Hey. Just a big mushroom cloud. I almost don't feel too bad about them dropping that on top of us. Hello. Ooh, you're sending a bunch of samurai at my machine guns. Hey. That's right. You turn back on, light. Every now and then you got to tell the lights who's boss. Otherwise they get ideas. We should probably also start mining that aluminum. So these guys get attacked again. You should say sorry for your loss. Dark. Okay, so we have 1 million Gatling guns. I think I'm also going to reform them. Are there any other formations I'm missing here? No, not really. What are formations like in the next era? Modern infantry armor, special forces, jet engines, modern infantry armor. And we got modern armor already. 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 We already have that one. Okay. So I think basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Gatling guns as artillery for now. And I will build 3 flamethrowers with 2 tanks and a Gatling gun. And based on the armies we're seeing, it shouldn't be too bad. Mexico does have anti-air, which is a little bit worrisome. All right, we're going to have to skip photography. Naval bases we can unlock later. I don't know that we need submarines. Communism we don't need. Radio we don't need. Natural selection we don't need. Germ theory we do. Yeah, I think germ theory we do. Health becomes a real problem when you start pumping out things like refineries. So if you don't have some way to counter it, it's really an issue. Man, my economy is still garbage. Cement plant. Aircraft factory. All right, I'll build that there in that huge, massive open area. Just in case. Technically not a crime, doesn't acclaim for the global. You did what? It's technically not a war crime to use a nuke? You sure about that? I mean, but what do war crimes matter in modern day anyway? People are throwing out war crimes left, right, and center. They don't give a hoot. All right, so we're gonna go tank, Gatling gun, flamethrower, flamethrower, flamethrower. We're gonna deploy you in Ottawa at 100% security. I love this. Oh no, wait, that's a different one. Sorry, I was like, did I just get a quest that was already complete?
Your advisors come to you overjoyed. Your efforts to invest in your city have borne great fruit.
I don't have any money. All right, this armada is also ready, so I'm just going to sail them down to help. Just in case we need to switch things out. I might stop them halfway. You know what? Because I wouldn't mind turning these guys into, like, destroyers, so I might actually just stop them outside of Ottawa. See what they can come up with. I don't know what happened to those samurai, but they took like 100 HP damage. Here they come again. We'll keep chilling. We'll be mustered in 3 turns? Wow, okay. Well, not like anybody else can get there in time. Yeah, I guess we pulled like everybody else out. Minus 24. Bit of an issue with the old economy. All right, I'm going to make a ton of refineries up here. So I think that's enough to get through all of our oil for now. Y'all are back in action there. These ships have come down this away. Not quite in range of you. Can I afford this? Ooh, I can. I have just kind of enough internal combustion engines. Let's do that then. It's going to take a million turns, but that's going to give us like a modern fleet. Put some aluminum in here on these internal combustos now as well. I'd love to start making things like fridges. I definitely don't need to be making plows. Like, I'm not using plows for anything, so... I did really like eyeglasses. You know what? That's where all that glass I had was going. Yeah, I use the timber. So much of it. Just a big bomb. War crimes are if you deliberately target a non-military target. Collateral damage is discouraged, but not punishable. Interesting. Tried to take him to court. They said using a nuke was a better option compared to conventional options. You can kind of get away with it. Laws were written when the only people with the bomb were the ones writing the laws. Yeah, that kind of helps. Definitely, that definitely helps quite a bit. Nowadays, yeah. It's probably a lot different if you were to use one. Canada in a golden age. Man, we're always in a golden age. Doesn't matter. We're frequently in a golden age. Do these guys do anything, or they're just going for a walk? I was looking for my armies. They're probably trying to find an undefended city is what they're trying to do. And they're not going to find one. Lambton, City of Lambs. You built, I think, that police station. How do we feel about, like, more crafting guilds? I'm for them. Ooh, I'm also for power plants. There's another tank. One more tank, please. And then you can think about making farms again. This is hilarious. Just China marching army after army into an unkillable death funnel. As I sit there with a million Gatling guns. Arguably, I should stop these guys to shoot them. My ducks! Samurai! I'll make you pay for that, samurai. These tooltips don't make any sense. Those dry dock tooltips are whack. We're gonna shoot those guys. Well, you pillaged my dock. I'll give you that. War crimes lawyer sounds like an absolutely soul-sucking job. I mean, who's going to enforce it is the problem, right? I bet this would be a lot easier if I had tanks. And only tanks. Some sort of tank-based website to show off only my tanks. What are you doing down here? Oh, you built a topiary park. Excellent. Now we can make flowers. What are flowers used for, you might ask? Shut up. That's what I have to say to that. I don't even know what to build down here, man. Maybe I'll build an Air Force base right here. That seems like a pretty good spot, actually, to build an Air Force base, so. Thanks for seeing my tanks were sorry. We got to roll over your very country website. I love how the ship has fought so many transports, it's almost at half health. Just trying to say that, call them international laws. They aren't really laws. It's much a bunch of statements and such. Yeah. The laws generally require people to agree a little bit on them. And also some sort of enforceable body. Not to promote cops or nothing, but... Yeah, okay, so China's got... Their armies have 60 strength. My armies have 550. If they really want to be in this war, I guess we can be. Now that my armies are created, I'm willing to see what it's all about. Hey, here's a great question. How is my religion doing? I haven't checked in on this in a very long time. 2%. 2%. I've had a missionary and an oracle parked here for basically the entire game. Like, kind of wild how long I've had them perked there. What's going on in this city? Oh, man, lots of stuff. What size is this city? We have eyeglasses again, but honestly, a car in here would go really hard. 15% production is massive. City build production. You just get 15 city happiness. Ah, we're at 100% city happiness. Security, knowledge. Could take those health bonuses. Paragons. All that's useless. 10 bonus region harvest production for each farm improvement in this region. Oh, yeah, sure. We'll give it to you. Mr. Grocery. Y'all are making bread. You're eating bread here? I feel like you can do much better than that. 10 health and 10 food. I could do like 200 food. Fine clothes. That jumps up the city a bit. Oh my god. The game is ending. Thank god. The first nation that reaches 62,000 prestige will trigger a 25-turn cooldown. The nation with the most amount of prestige at the end of the cooldown will be victorious. Oh, amazing. Okay, so England's going to win the game in like a couple of years. Do you think we can get out of last place? Having like an incredible economy, all my production chains working exceptionally well, feeding into each other. I mean, the only part of our economy that sucks is that we somehow can't make money ever. Sure, man. I'll give you open borders. You're going to give me 10 industrial tools for peace. Deal. %, force strength. You're going to go in that sick division. Siege damage and pillage damage. You would also go very well in something. So I guess the thing is now everyone goes to war with England. You have an army of Gatlings. Maybe you could defeat China. I just like, it doesn't benefit me to do that. I'd probably benefit from just like wiping out Mexico, but build nuclear ICBM. We need heavy metal, fuel, machined parts, and uranium. With a massive blast radius, the nuclear ICBM is capable of leveling most improvements and wiping out most forces. As an additional effect, the fallout will make affected regions useless for several turns. Does it not actually remove them from the map? So what I would have liked is an incredible amount of prestige for winning that war. And instead, I got like 20 prestige. In a game where you have to get to 62,000, 20 prestige for winning a massive war like that is pointless. It has no real effect. Flamethrowers, tanks, Gatling guns, flamethrowers. Why don't these cities have 100% security? Is it because they grew again? You better get their proper bonuses. There's a billion of them. Fire 1 billion bullets. It's a little bit how that feels. You know what, actually? Just stay there. I think you both can just stay exactly where you are forever. Prepare for the second Chinese invasion. It does seem to incentivize complete total war. Oh, I mean, there's no way to climb the standings without it, right? Because the computer just mathematically builds faster than you can. Even though it's bad at optimization, or I should say it was bad at optimization. I can't really tell how it is now. Well, those guys almost gained a level. $62,000. Try to win a war, complete research, or build a triumph. They have 476 gourmet meals. Oddly enough, they don't have that much stuff here. They do have 2,000 gold, which is low-key kind of crazy. I can't even do, because I'm pacifist, I guess. Capture the converted target city. Is that something you can do? Because you can't put missionaries in a city unless they'll give you open borders. And if you're going to go to war with them, you better believe they're never going to give you open borders. You know what? At least it'll be over soon. Here goes the aircraft factory. We got aluminum. We got steel. We don't have rubber. Harvested from latex. I mean, I haven't seen that anywhere, so. I don't know if Air Force bases actually matter. I don't think they do. Heck, I could just chill there in Ottawa. The other guy will probably chill in St. John's. What I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to try to build nukes. It seems like the only reasonable choice. This town has not managed to build, like, anything. Probably a situation where a basket for +1 production would actually be pretty good. We are about to start getting power plants online as well. Bunch of refineries. Division 2 is idle. Let's give these guys a Paragon. %, XP, 100% siege damage. I guess it's probably you. And sure, we'll add you to that flotilla. Now, again, there's just like no money coming in, even though my capital city has 96 prosperity. And a bazaar with an inn, specialized pretty well in its area. Like, I can't really make any other money creating buildings. I gotta turn that filter back on. Power generation, hooray. Coal. Where am I making 0.5 coal? Trade routes. That's nice. Natural gas can go in here, which is also kind of nice. So can oil. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, man. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have built so many refineries. Yeah, what are you going to do? I'd like to have more medicine, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We'll go with slippers. I think maybe get rid of the scroll and give him trousers. And get that health up just like a little bit. Can I make a nuke in 25 turns? So they haven't triggered the 25 turn cooldown yet. So we're still TBD. I don't know. I guess like something like a cement plant might be useful. So this guy has all his farms. He's got a crazy amount of farms here now. All doing like 76. Should I build an incinerator? Generates power at the cost of health and happiness. Oh, a bunch of those like farms can be upgraded too. Kind of want to put like a second vehicle factory. What annoys me is like all this late game stuff. None of this scales off of anything. Which is kind of disappointing. Also, I didn't realize that factories also reduce health and happiness. See, prosperity. Oh, I guess I should build the clinic somewhere. Maybe in the capital? Yeah, why not? So we got another refinery up here. Can use the oil or the natural gas. Rank of 4 oil, 5. I guess we'll use the oil on that one. Well, I don't know. No, it's right next to the natural gas refinery. It feels more correct to do it that way. While the use of nuclear weapons is not prohibited, it would breach a number of other laws that result in crimes, such as indiscriminate targeting, attacking civs, non-military, and other stuff. Yeah. Love to see a big mushroom cloud because someone's got to get something out of this. Can you imagine it's going to be like, I get it on like the last turn. And then like right before it's about to drop, it's like, game over! England wins! Build a triumph. Meh. Like that's possible to do with this game. Get out of here. What did you build? You built an Air Force base. Oh, excuse me. 25 city prosperity exhibition hall. Yeah, sure. Scales up the coffee shop, so. Ooh, ah. Does the AI realize they will lose and gang up on England, or do they ignore the victory conditions? That's a great question. A bunch of them did start suddenly, well, like Charlemagne suddenly opened the door with me. To me. Like, she has 27,000. She has one city that's completely burned to the ground. I have 9 massive cities. Sorry, 10 massive cities. And the entire chunk of this continent. And I'm still like 7,000 prestige below her. It's ridiculous. What are you even doing? I kind of feel like we're making everything we need to right now. Pubs. Oh, I could make like a pub. That generates money. Damn, dude, culture stuff is like so... It's like not accessible. Every one of the culture buildings is like you get one of them in your entire nation. And I guess it's because like there's so few masterpieces that you can craft. So, but there's like a bunch of buildings that feel like they scale off of culture. So. What did you build? A power plant? Can't wait till we have computers. Now what do you do? I'm going to build a residence here just because I'm going to see if it helps me scale my economy a little. It's kind of all I can think about doing at this point. This coffee house is shut down because I have no money. Well, there's no buildings that make money in this game. Do you need more grain? No. Bit of oil in here. Some trees. All right, we're making like a lot of fuel. My tanks use fuel every turn. And I bet you those big destroyers I'm making are also going to use fuel. I gotta reform these forces. Otherwise, I like can't build anything. That's crazy though. I didn't realize that they also take fuel. You guys are out of food over here. That's really bad. We can fix that super easy though. It's your boy, How. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. You guys also need coffee. And not making enough of that. Not making enough of that. Slippies? I feel like the clothing stuff doesn't really get good enough, except for that like one piece that's really complicated. This one. But ironically enough, like I can't. The best I could do is 0.2 shoes, and I need 0.1. But you could only have 3 cobblers. I mean, I guess at least we're making enough belts, but I suppose I could pull him off of sandals and also put him on shoes. Is somebody else making sandals? 0.4. No, just you. And you're making slippies. Man. Warships burn a lot of bunker oil or coal. Make it 3 shoes at a time, right? That's how we put them on. Yo. Hey, a blimp. Can I make blimps? Oh, I can. Vulnerable to anti-air destroyers and fighters. Strong against bombers and helicopters. Vulnerable to anti-air and destroyers. Zeppelins are bombers. Noted. Like, I'm making insane amounts of most of these materials right now. There's no reason for me to upgrade these firms. Even materials we're doing, like, okay on. I have a load of food. This guy kind of needs, like, health and education. Let's give him a clinic to start. $25 health up here. A lot of my stuff is shutting down because I can't afford to keep it open. Because none of my cities, except Lambton, make money. I feel like Lambton only makes money because he's got a mint in it. And he's got the one mint that you're allowed to have. St. John's makes money too. Though I couldn't tell you how. The sea. Yeah, Lambton has all these like +6 coastal regions. Oh, you guys definitely need a clinic. Stick all my science buildings together. I don't like that though. A bunch of my buildings keep basically going offline every turn because we can't afford to actually pay maintenance. Like most of my temples are down, my monasteries.
You have reached the atomic age.
Okay. Plastics. That's an economy tech. Would that help me out? I guess let's go for that first. Did we find any uranium? This is the most important question we can possibly ask. We just hit the atomic age. There's a piece up here. Is that the only uranium on the map? Oh man, it totally is. Sometimes it'll show as like a little icon in the top left corner if you've built over it previously. But I ain't seen that nowhere. All right, we might actually have to settle that then. 25 gold. Right, we can't build settlers. We can't afford them. What can we do? Probably not a lot of anything. I have research labs. Boosts 25 city knowledge. Oh, I guess we might as well.
Coatl has sent a delegation to...
Not interested in the Aztecs. It's not a valuable alliance. Alberta, the only province in Canada that makes money? No. In real life? I mean, I don't know where Lambton actually is as a city. Yay! The game ends in 25 turns. Elizabeth did it. We have 25 turns to try and build a nuclear weapon. The clock starts now. I feel like it is a basic impossibility that we'll pull that off. But, God damn it, I'm going to try. Oh, you can use power as just 25% city production. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna give you guys a lamppost for some security. So, if I was a nuclear missile silo, where would I be? I need 50 concrete. You've got to be kidding me. Concrete? After all of this? Can't believe they're bringing me back to concrete. I also can't believe how bad glass production is. It's absurd. Lambton County is a county in southwestern Ontario. Okay, yeah. Next 25 turns, the Toronto project. Hey, look, we do have a bunch of destroyers. That's kind of neat. They can bombard cities. Do they also cost fuel upkeep? Yep. 10 fuel upkeep per turn. So they will be getting reformed. These guys cost 8 gold. These guys cost 10 gold. Just kind of crazy, like, how impossible it's been to make money. Because I don't feel like I've built too many factories and stuff. Like, I'm doing just what is needed to keep up production chains. Some stuff has ballooned a little bit in this final phase. But not by, like, a crazy amount. Like 1 or 2 points here or there. Concrete. Didn't we build a concrete factory? I could have sworn we did. In fact, yes. We built it right here. Comically, it is no better. It is no better at making concrete than my little ceramics workshop down here. In fact, actually, this ceramic workshop is better at making concrete than a concrete factory. This is one of these things that need to be balanced. That doesn't make any sense. You've got to get until industrialization before you can even build this. I mean, I get that it allows you to take cement out of your ceramic factories. Oh, factories can make glass as well? Has that always been the case? Crafting guilds can't, but factories can. Okay, well, that doesn't really matter then. Yeah, you guys are making stoves. Yeah, you need to be making stoves. You're making candles. Oh, you're also just a guild. Sorry. I wanted to make like refrigerators as well, but I haven't been able to actually like gear up to that. It is a shame that basically by the time we got to play the final act, the computer was like, cool, I'm going to end the act now because I'm so dramatically ahead of you. God, I have so many problems with the state of this game. He says for the umpteenth time. I guess everything costs concrete in this era as well. Which is kind of part of the problem that I am currently experiencing. Bonuses to air forces. Bonuses to oil harvesting. Here, you can make more garments. Right, like here's the thing. I skipped tunics, so I can never accelerate garments. And like 40 wealth a turn? Forget about it, man. That's never... I'm never going to have 40 wealth a turn to build something like that. I don't know why I'm agreeing to ally with her. At all.
Bet Nesmith Graham.
Let's just cook through this. This has gone long enough. I'm pretty much just going to turn any city into build gold. If it's not building a missile silo or an ICBM, then I'll just focus it into gold. I really don't understand the money thing. Kind of just feels like, oh, if you build in the certain location. Sorry, where's that oil field? Oh, well. I feel like I'm punished for not building all of my cities on the shores. And the fact that hunting camps don't, there's no money building. Like there's no way to actually create money. An ICBM costs 2 uranium, 5 fuel, 1 heavy metal, 10 machine parts, and takes 72 turns to build. What about in my best city? It takes 29 turns to build. Let's press enter 20 times in a row. Never skip research? I don't know that that's necessarily the case, because also like if you don't era up, it's really, really difficult to like stay competitive. Typically in a lot of the early phases, there's tech you can look at and you can say, oh, I don't need this right now, but I'll unlock it later. Certain technologies. And then some stuff just like does not connect in any way, shape, or form. I don't care about this at all. I mean, I'm happy to make this fuel, but this still like affects my score, which is why I'm doing it. because the more we produce, the better. Yeah, it's a really, really bizarre... I just think that, like, the difficulty balance is completely out. Yeah, that makes sense, dude. Thank you. Thank you for dragging out my campaign for another handful of turns, Aztecs. Where even are you on the map? Here? Yeah. Let's, right, like, go for me. Don't go for the guys who are currently about to win the game. Go for the character in last place. What am I looking for here? Division. He might not even sail over to me, but just in case he does. Clinic. Sure, 2 research per turn. Okay. The suffering never ends, right? I want to get off Miss Era's wild ride. Dude, I just cannot believe the state of this game. How something can look so much like it works, but then also not. I'm declining. I don't care. We're in an alliance. I don't care. You're on your own, lady. I will keep this boat down here. Do you think if I set all of my cities to making money, I might be able to make money and actually pay for my military? I think I might be able to. Plus 8 gold. Here comes the Aztecs. Doo-doo-doo-doo. What am I doing here? Working towards that uranium, I guess. You can take Abbotsford and then just plug in somebody on, sure, the power plant. I will need guys to make fuel, otherwise my army will collapse. So just enough natural gas for that. City tier is increased. You can have lampposts. 15 turns. Hey, I declared war on you. It was like, can you believe this guy allied with the dude who's about to win? What's really funny is he's literally bordering London. Like, he could fight London. They're probably allied, though. No, they're rivaled. They're in rivalry. But keep shooting them. Adoy. All right, I'm just going to move these guys down to Lambton. I'm going to move these destroyers to there. Just so we have a little bit of a vision. Just in case. At least with the Aztec war decking you have the target for the Sari A device. If you get it in time. Oh, I can't get it in time. I literally, it takes like 27 turns to build the missile in my best production city. Keep shooting, man. Just because he moves, you can keep shooting him. Yeah, so sadly, no nuke. I mean, I also don't have uranium. With no real way to get it. All right, that guy is sent in one army to occupy me while this other army tries to sneak up. So we'll just keep moving those guys down for now. 12 turns. Honestly, I consider this a first place victory just for getting through the campaign. Doesn't even feel like a loss to me. Feels like a pretty solid win. I don't suppose you could shoot him from there, can you? Oh, you can. Well, seeing as you're not going to catch him. Ten turns. Try the Konami cheat code. Just use plutonium. They make plutonium out of uranium. Natural plutonium, exceedingly rare. I was kind of surprised with how big our empire was that I didn't have any uranium here. Plastics. Sure, I'll just go rocketry. Doesn't matter. 100 prestige. Boy, that's going to be a game changer. It's like, we did it. You know what? You actually probably do more damage just shooting these guys from afar. You actually do equal damage. At least our armies are ready to fight the... I don't know, whoever these guys are. Elephant cavalry? Elephant ballistas and Zamburaks. That's who the Aztecs have sent to me. What, now that the game's gonna end in 9 turns, you all want alliances? I see how it is. I gotta summon my other army. These guys are gonna land up north. Hey, Mona. Are you coming in to watch the massacre at the end of the game? Spam the gold. You there. Spawn 3 dukes. Right? Like, all of my cities are producing gold. I am getting 4 gold a turn. All game, I've done nothing but focus on economy. Shouldn't my economy be very good? No. I need 2 points to get the uranium. I had a feeling that was the case. All right, these dweebs have landed. Where's that army? Gone. I can't see anything. Where is my army gone? Ah, it's right there. Oh, it's fighting another landing force. That's why I can't see them. Good grief. Want to say hi to everybody, Mona? Wow, come here. Oh, little Mona time. You're some sleepy today by the look of you. You're like, what's going on? You've been streaming all day and it's 1,000 degrees. It makes it a little bit better. A little bit more bearable, right? My region has been pillaged. All right, you guys are going to go up there. You guys are still mustering. I guess you'll fire on these guys for now. It's fine. We can fortify here. We're so close. No gifts of fabric this time. Focus on making a house of sticks. It still sticks. I mean, I guess you're not wrong. I better shoot these guys because they actually have a lot more HP. Also, it's just like so funny in this game how like one set of horses spawned on this continent and then Belgium sniped it from me. And because of that, I was not allowed to have cavalry the entire game. No, you should attack them. And these guys should continue to bomb them. It's mostly anti-air equipment they're bringing across, it looks like, so. You guys can come in from the north. We got 5 turns left. I have incredible news. We're about to enter a golden age. What a difference it will make.
You have entered a golden age.
Thank God. I was getting worried there for a second. 4 turns. Surely this golden age will see us through. This 100% prestige on the, what, like 5 prestige we get for killing a unit. Oh, you also landed an army up north. Clever girl. Wait a minute, that's Belgium. Oh no, that's our territory. But can you take my cities before the game ends? I think not, Aztecs. Checkmate. Oh, jeez, we're so behind. What are you doing? Where is fortified? There it is. 2 more turns. You might pillage my power factories. I still don't have any money, by the way. Like, it's absurd. It's so crazy. Oh my god, look. We finally have enough to take the sea. We've been trying to take that like all game. All right, I have an expert here, but I don't want to turn on that thing just to do the thing. Game ends this turn. Do something, it says, as if that's something that you can actually do. Oh, we're free. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, we did it. We got to the end of the game. Is it going to end or is it going to crash?
You have been defeated.
Disagree.
Despite your religious fervor, heaven has granted another nation the win.
Religious fervor. They're like, yeah, we decided the religion. You were a religious leader is what your bonuses was. We decided this because religion does nothing in the game. And has no use. What an absolute crapshoot. Look at this, man. Japan and Venezuela got knocked out. In the antiquities. In the antiquities. And I didn't beat them in score. How busted is this prestige counter? How can I get to the atomic age when they're in the antiquities? And I'm huge. I'm like arguably containing one of the largest land masses in the game. Everything is built up. I have huge economic chains. I'm producing everything that I need. And I cannot even get out of last place. That was 2 cuts ago. And almost all of my prestige came from military. It came from standing armies and defeating units, which I didn't even want to do. I was just on the defensive because my guy is a pacifist. He gets a negative 10% if he leaves his territory. 8,000. That's almost all of my other things combined. That's 33% of my score. Religion, which I focused on and was the most well known for, was only 1,000 points because it does nothing. Culture was obviously just, you know, if you can't get the masterpieces ahead of everybody else, then like you just, there's nothing you can do in culture. Participating in trade with other nations, but that's not actually represented in here. Oh man, this game is a goddamn joke. The scoring is the reason I never play it. I'm with you. I'm with you, man. You're gonna play games for a living? Oh, that must be awesome. Oh no, sorry, you have to play Era. My bad, my bad. I mean, look, I'm sure there are like things I could have done to like improve that run and make things better, but I was pretty optimized and doing things well, certainly. I don't know, from the runs we've done in the past, like Viscount was the difficulty we played on first time that we won on. And this is saying Viscount, but that's not correct. These were all on Emperor. This one actually wasn't. This one was glitched, but these ones were both on Emperor. And this one was on Emperor. Oh man, I don't know. That's Era. Don't play it. Don't waste your time. Wait till it hits 2.0 and it's out of this like beta mess that it's in. Thank you for joining us, YouTube. We'll see you back here in the next video.